Hey everybody. All right, before I make this soap, I want to tell you about the preparations and about the recipe. All right, so in one bowl, I have a tablespoon of honey. In another bowl, I have 1/4 of a cup of oats. In this bowl, I have 32 ounces of coconut oil, melted and 80 degrees. All right. In this container, I have 6 ounces of goat's milk. It was fresh frozen. I have thawed it out, and it's now at room temperature. Not cold, not hot. All right. Our recipe, I'm doing a double batch. Let me get my water. Okay, so I'm doing a double batch, but this is a goat's milk coconut oil recipe. So on the coconut oil, it's 16 ounces is a single batch. So I have 32, I'm doing a double. On the water, it's 6.8, so I'm just doing 6.1. And so I'm doing a double batch. So I'm gonna end up needing 12.2 ounces of water. All right, on the lye, it is 2.35 for a single batch, so I'm gonna need 2.70 for a double. Okay, so now this is where it can get very confusing. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm removing 6 ounces of water by using 6 ounces of milk. It's right here. So in my lye container, which is in the freezer cooling down, I also wanted to do a 2-ounce water reduction. That's 1 ounce per batch. So 1 ounce water reduction per batch. So I take the 12.2 ounces of water that I need to have, and I subtract 6 ounces from it, which is milk. Then I'm doing a double, so I'm going to subtract 2 ounces from it just for the water reduction. That leaves me with 4.2 ounces of water in one of these, okay? So then I put all of the lye in 4 ounces of water. Now this can be dangerous because this is gonna heat up really hot, really fast, but other than that, it's just like doing normal, except for you need to really make sure that all your lye crystals dissolves, because you're putting a lot of lye into a little bit of water, okay? So before you put it in the freezer, you wanna whisk it really good in this tall container so that you're whisking down here at the bottom, you're not splattering it on yourself in a shallow bowl. So you need to whisk really, really good and make sure that your lye is dissolved in your water. Then put it in your freezer. And I'm feeling just a touch of warmth. So let's see what temperature this is. Okay, so this is at 100 degrees. You could pull this down to 80 degrees. All right, I put my thermometer on my lye safety tray so I wouldn't be dripping anything. Okay, so my oils are 80, my lye water is 100, and I'm gonna blend these together. we are well blended and well drained. We need to especially make sure that we get as much of that lye water solution as possible. The water is going to be thicker because it's more lye per ounce, you might say, of water. Now we're going to add our 6 ounces of milk. And I'm told that stick blending causes it to get thicker quicker. So I'm going to manually stir with my hand with the motor off. Okay. I'm going to pour part of my batter into the into the oats, and part of my batter into the honey. You can measure this out precisely if you want to. I think you should use your stick blender for the oats, because I think you'll get lumps if you don't. I've got some water going here. And I'm cleaning the oats off, and now I'm doing the honey. Now I'm going to bring it forward, and I'm going to bring you forward, and we're going to play. Okay, so I'm not going to use any scent because I've already had that experience of my scent altering my batter. So the first one, and as you can see, this is getting very thick. And we're just going to do layers. So this is our oat batter, and we're spreading it out. And we're beating it down so we're nice and level. Now we're going to do our honey. And what we're doing is we're seeing how is this cold process soap going to respond to honey, oats, and goat's milk, fresh goat's milk, because I made this recipe and it hauled off and the scent changed my the color of my soap. Ooh, I'm getting very thick here. Might have been good to not take that 2 ounces out. What do you say? So with the coconut oil, we're gonna have, it's 20% super fat, so that's gonna help on our dryness factor. Okay, and I'm not swirling it because I knew it was coconut oil. So I'm going to do my famous, it's really stiff, let's just put an S pattern on it. Because this is not about beauty. This is an experiment to try to see what and how cold processed soap deals with fresh goat's milk, local honey, and organic oats. That's decent. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to put this in the refrigerator. Okay, so 2 points. One, go ahead and bring the lye down to 80. Don't let it be at 100. For one. 2, if you're not doing a video, you're going to be working faster than I was, so that's good. 3, coconut soap, being how hard of an oil is going to, I think, go quickly into gel. So it's not a good soap for patterns, I guess. I suppose you could, you know, soap really, really cold, even put your oils in the refrigerator, maybe get them down below 80 a little bit. 80 is about as low as I like to go. If you've ever made pea soup, you'll know what I mean. I made a pea soup one time, and that's where I let my oils get too cold, and when the cold lye water hit them, it caused some of the hard oils to revert back to a solid state. And then of course I had pea soup. So that was a test that I said, no, that's just totally worthless. Nobody needs to see me make that mistake. Oh no, I'm just kidding. I did it off camera. I was just playing and I didn't video it. So anyway, so I've got my sides cleaned up pretty good. This soap is going to be warm. So to prevent expansion cracks, I'm going to put it in the refrigerator. And I'm going to leave it in there about an hour, and then I'm just going to set it on the counter. I am not going to cover it in any way. And so, as I said, this experiment is to see if, one, we can add fresh goat's milk to cold processed soap, and if this method works, or if it turns it orange or brown. One, I wanted to see what honey did. So honey is in the middle, and I wanted to see, you know, if it was how it was gonna respond and act. And then 2, I wanted to see how oats did. I've already tested oats once, but you know, there's nothing like honey and oats goat's milk soap. So I wanted to do the 3 layers, see how that went. Once I see what happens, what color changes, what texture changes I have from all 3 of those, then I could have blended them all up into the same pot and not needed to separate them. But I wanted to separate them and see what colors they turn, how the lye responds to those natural ingredients, how the soap comes out, the whole 9 yards. So, but just for a nice coconut oil soap, this is a perfect recipe. I don't think you should do the water reduction when you do it for the first time. And then maybe just go with a ½ ounce per batch. It seemed like though that it was doing pretty good till I put the milk in it, so it might do fine to give you some playability time. But once the natural sugar of the milk and the honey and the oats went in there, it started getting thick, so as you saw. So it's definitely, I should have let the lye go down to 80. But you know, you try stuff, you see what happens. So if I had 20 more degrees of coolness on my lye, I think that would have gave me more playability. But in any case, so if you just want a coconut oil recipe, you want a 20% super fat at the least for coconut oil soap. And so for coconut oil soap, this is perfect. 16 ounces of coconut, 6.08 or 6.1 if your scale won't do that. And then 2.35 if your scale won't do that. The 0.35, just do 0.4. So 2.4. If you're doing 2 batches of this, then that'll take care of the scale issue. So 2 batches of this would be 32 ounces of coconut oil, 12.2 ounces of water, and 4.7 ounces of lye. And it's just a simple little soap, 100% coconut oil, which is a big, serious thing people are looking for these days. Everybody is crazy about coconut oil on their skin, and they're wanting coconut soap. So this is a soap, but remember, you must do at least 20% super fat, and that's what this is, okay? All right, so thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you for watching my commercials. Thank you for using my Essential Depot link. The recipe is always told out in the videos, so I gave you the recipe, and we will then finish this with video 2 of this series tomorrow. I will have that open. Of course, if this video has already been published, then you can go right on to video number 2. Hopefully it's right there. All right. I would just so love it if you would be willing to be a patron. I have a big thing of soap right there waiting for patrons. If you're a patron of mine already, or if you'd like to become a patron, yes, check the links in the back. There'll probably be a link or 2 up here. Be sure that you can get a free bar of soap. All you gotta do is pay shipping. Costs you $1 a month to be a patron, and you have a special place in the patron chat to talk to me, and I get a notifications on my phone. And it may be that now is the link to video 2. All right, bye everybody.